Alright, so Grand Rising, as always, I just did, if you saw the previous video, I talked a little bit about, just what's going on and, warmed up a little bit. But I want to just jump straight into it. So, recently on my Instagram page, I posted this video about the Iron Mike. He had an interview, and it was deep. It was deep if you were to be able to catch it, like, what he really meant by it. Now I know, like, even the person, what do you call those people? Interviewers, even he was a little surprised by what he said. He was pretty much saying that the best years of his life were the 3 years in prison, and it shocked the interviewer. But when I heard it, I wasn't shocked at all. I've heard, like, a lot of people say that, just that came from, like, rather, quote unquote good lives, and had, like, lots of money and so forth like that. They often found their solitude, these moments of, I guess you can say, forced solitude, to be peaceful, and I resonated with it. I never been to prison, although I did do, like, a lot of wild, and hung out with, like, people that weren't doing the best of things in the world. But I never actually been to prison, or better yet, even had to be there for longer than for a fingerprint scan. But I resonated with it because I have been in moments where I have been stripped of everything that we deem worthy in this society. I've been kicked out of my house. My ex kicked me out of my place one time, our place. I lost my car, I lost my money. I've been dead broke. I've been broke to the point where I couldn't even, I couldn't do a damn. In those moments, it, it's like it forces you to truly see yourself. It pushes you to fully accept the situation and become aware of, although you're in a suffering moment, was seen as suffering, at least, you're also responsible and accountable for being a part of that moment. And sometimes it takes, God, or universe, or whatever you wish to call it, to literally strip you of all those things in order for you to be at that point. And when you hit that point and you heal from that, you become aware, you understand that it's not only enlightening, but it does become peaceful. It does become, and you do hit, like, a state where it's quiet. It's like, at moments, like, it's like life can get real saturated at times. Like, the lights, the music, the phones, the social media, the temporary friends, the substances. Like, it's all these distractions. Distract, consume, buy. You got to do this, you got to wear that. It's like all this. It's like constantly, like, waves of, like, nonsense clouds that when you in a moment, like, prison, or just these moments where you kind of like, you forced to really be by yourself, and, like, for hours, days at times. Like I said, I've never been to prison, but I have been in moments where, like, I've been, days, weeks, I've been looking at the same couple walls, and, like, I was, where it's like all I can think about is literally my life and how I got here. How things, got to this point. And that's truly, I think that's probably one of the most amazing, valuable things to have in life in general. Just like that moment of quietness, to really settle that storm, calm the water out, and like begin to really understand yourself, what it is, not only that you want to, go for in life, but who you are in life. Just like what Mike was saying was like he made so much money off of doing wrong, hurting people and being this monster of a man, this demon. And like, growing up, I always looked at Mike Tyson. Like, this dude's insane. I'm growing up. You hear, Mike, he bit somebody's ear off. And I'm just like, oh shit, this dude's a fucking maniac. Hell of a fighter, but this dude's fucking crazy. But it wasn't until like I started like listening to his interviews that like it showed like a deeper perspective on like himself. It showed about like the depths of like himself, and like I really respected. Really, not only did I have a much respect for him, but like, despite aside from all the jokes and shit, the dude's he's reached a high emotional intelligence where like he understands, himself and this world in a sense in it too. Like like when he does those did those fights, that was for money. That's what he knew how to do. That's what he knew would generate money. That's what they, like he said, that's what they turned him into. That's not who he is. That's often what we do, to get by in this game, this illusion of a world, this illusion of a monopoly board we live on, for most of us that see this video at least. And it's like when he was breaking it down, I just resonated. I was like, this. I feel this. I felt that. I've had moments where I'm doing things for money with no passion in it. I'm doing things that's not helping my community. I'm doing things that's doing things that's not really helping anybody. It's just making money the way they want money to be made. It's like this exploitation. That's the word I'm going for. It's like exploitation. It's like being exploited. It's like somebody. It's like when somebody really see you as an object. And, I've been for those that know me, I've been in the acting background and whatnot. That's how they pretty much teach you. They teach you pretty much what the mob one professor said. He said we were like balls of clay. We were. That's all we were. We were just a shell until we were given a role or given like an order, or like given this character to play. Other than that, we were merely nothing. He used to say too. This is supposed to be. Acting is supposed to be like the escape from our miserable lives. But that's the gag. It's not really a life after you get deep into these roles. Some of these people don't come back from their roles. Some of these people are still in therapy. Nowadays it's really not even about skill in the acting industry. It's really just about, to be truly honest, it's about, you about to get in that director's office and do what you gotta do. I personally didn't want to do that, but but yeah, I definitely knew what he meant. Like, that these people in power, they will turn you into a shell. They'll turn you into a monster for money, for fame, for women, or for women, maybe men, pretty much for power, for these, for this was a facade of a life that's not fulfilling. It's not sustaining. It's not real. It's really not real. It's it's really not real. Like I had like really thousands of dollars and plenty of money. I was able to buy plenty of bottles. I had nice car is already in my life. None of that stuff. I had like I went to different states. I met plenty of beautiful women. Like none of that stuff is like fulfilling. Like none of that stuff is great things. It's nice stuff. That's what you like. That's what you like. But none of that stuff granted me true peace of mind until I was stripped away from all of it. Everything, like literally everything. I didn't had it all taken away from me, and they were the best moments of my life. I literally had to live, my cousin's grandma's crib for like like a long time. I looked up, like it was probably like 6, 7 months it went by, and I'm like, it went by so fast because I was actually happy, and I was glad. Like I cooked. I wasn't just there. I was cooking for my cousins. I was I was playing a different role in my life that was more organic to say the least. It was like I was smiling again. It was like I was happy. It was like you know when you constantly being shoved with those distractions, it gets tiring. It gets exhausting even. It's like it was nothing. It's nothing compared to like real organic connections, real moments where it's like after you break yourself, after that breaking point, after that what I like to say the mighty tower, after that mighty tower starts crumbling from within, and then completely comes down shattering, and then you realize it's not even a tower, it's actually it's the this amazing, strong, powerful, real energy behind it, and then you realize you can build build an even bigger, better, powerful new tower. That's when life changes for the different. That's when it's like, yeah, you have your moment of like a breakdown of depression, sadness, whatever you wish to call it. um, Ego death is what I call it. I guess that's what I experienced. That mighty tower coming down, that was the ego death. I was given into a lie, ladies and gentlemen. I was I was in a lie. I was consumed by unfulfilling, temporary happiness, temporary thrills. Better yet to say that prevented me from getting to the root of what was really going on. How I really felt inside. And once that ego shattered, once that tower came down, I had nothing left but to look back at myself. And once I did, I saw a lot of things I didn't like. I saw a lot of things about the past. I saw a lot of things that hurt that I never got over, and I had to deal with it. That's the thing. A lot of people don't like to deal with those problems. They like to either mask it, or they like to have that temporary feeling, cover it. Pretty much same as masking. But it was moments where I couldn't mask it. It was moments where not only did I didn't want to anymore. I wanted to truly change. I wanted to truly grow. I wanted to truly heal. I wanted to truly I was glad that tower fell. I was glad, I was finally unchained from a persona, from a facade. I was glad to be crazy. you know. I was glad to for people to feel like I was going insane, because the lifestyle before that seemed like, now is looking back, that was insanity. It's not it wasn't real. It was like I already knew what life was, and I decided to go about it anyway, expecting like something else to happen. And the whole time, month after month, year after year, it just weighs down on you. It just weighs down on you. It just weighs down on you. It's not. It's not. That's not. It's not happiness. That's not even life. It's not even living. And it was, like I said, it wasn't until like everything broke down, that tower fell, that I actually could have that true, for once, peace of mind that like I didn't care about the facades, the fake people in my life. What this person might say, what that person might say. I didn't care about this a dollar bill with a slave master on it, and a bunch of fucking, a bunch of crazy shit. It's like I didn't care about everything that I looked out. I truly saw this way of life, or I truly saw at least the society's way of life for what it was, and I backed up. I took a step back, and I decided that even if I don't know what I want to do right now, or who I am, or right now, I know this life that I'm living, or that I live, is not only is it not healthy, but it's also not. It's leading to my misery. So I decided, to step back and truly find myself, and that's when I truly did gain peace of mind. When I was dead broke, when I didn't really have a place to go, I'm going from spot to spot just to not feel like a burden. And that was when I had true peace of mind. Like you can ask people. I used to, I would do stuff like this right now. Just sit out here and just listen to birds chirp, and that's my peace of mind. That's my not escape, but that's my true break from all the nonsense and everything that's not actually real, actually not like sustaining in this life. Chinese land above. But yeah, I had to separate, and I don't regret a single thing. I look back, and I'm so glad that I did that. I'm so glad that life turned out the way it is. That the great divine, great divinity within me, kind of gave me a check. I'm so glad. I'm a whole different man than I was last year, 2 years ago, last month. I think everything. I think the universe. I think the great God, the great goddess. I thank myself. I thank my family for being patient. I think I think my friends that are that truly the ones that I now see are truly my friends. I'm so glad my my sight is clear. I'm no longer blinded by a facade. And that's true peace of mind. That's everything. You know, peace. Not this. This. But that's gonna be my first video. And I actually will say whether or not you guys watch the second video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. That you guys as well one day get to, understand and truly acquire that true peace of mind that, not only the Iron Mike, but also myself and, plenty others around the world have been able to obtain. I hope you all get to experience that. And peace and wellness, peace and abundance. May your dreams be fruitful. May your goals, come into fruition. I love you all, soul family. Peace.